Today is October 22nd, 2024, and I am at Dwights Auto Salvage in Sigurd, Utah. And they allowed me to come back here, photograph some of their old vehicles. That was an old GMC. Here's an old Chevy truck. Ford. Well, not much left of this one. It's pretty well stripped out, but it's good for the body's good though. Let's see, it's a little overgrown brush here. It's early in the morning, so things are wet from the dew. See if I can make my way over to the second row here. Now that's a fun old Chevy. So in my last Junkyard walkthrough, that was at Elmer's Junkyard outside of Fountain City, Wisconsin, and I was just amazed at how many of the old cars still had their taillights on them. And then I got a lot of negative comments regarding that because I was obsessing over taillights all the time. But let me tell you, I'm mainly photographer. I don't really know a whole lot about details of cars and things like that. But I do know that if you take the exact same car, you got two of them, they're both exactly the same, put them side by side. One has all original parts, and the other is has many reproduction parts. For the real car collectors, which one is more valuable, the one with original parts or the one with reproduction parts? And then if you're in a car competition, which car is going to get the trophy? The one with the reproduction parts or the one with the original parts? And also for collectors, which car is more valuable? The one that's all original or the one that's filled with repops? So it's important for a segment of the car enthusiasts out there to get original parts. And that's why I was excited to see that at that last video. Now, since I do photography, I will be shutting the camera off here so that I can take out my still camera from time to time. And I'm walking through the back here because they told me that's where the main old stuff is located. But it's kind of a mishmash here. I know some of you guys like to look at newer, older cars like this one here. Pretty much a wreck. I don't know if this has been stripped out. Actually, what it looks like is we had a wreck. They picked up all the pieces laying around and just threw them inside the car here like this. And the doors are missing, so someone must have taken the doors. Okay, I think I reached the older stuff here. This is a Mercury. I don't think I've ever seen this exact kind of body style. I mean, I've never seen this side of detailing on the side. Take a peek on the inside. Looks like the engine's been disassembled and used, but the dashboard's still there. It would need some refurbishing, but okay, just to piss off some of you guys, let's see if they got the taillights. So yeah, we got the taillights here. Oh, not much left to this guy. Be an awful lot of body work to fix some of these parts on here. This says, right on the window, it's a 56 Caddy. 54 Dodge. 49 Olds. It's kind of neat how they label everything here. Makes it easy for someone like me to know what I'm looking at. A 55 Mercury. No, I like old cars. 55 Mercury. I like old cars as a photographer. But for you car people, you know, if you just showed me an engine, I'd have no idea what year or what vehicle it would go into. But these old cars, they are a thing of beauty, and I think that's what we have in common is we all appreciate these vintage classics. As I've said in other videos, they are works of art. '54 Mercury. Seems to be a lot of Mercuries around southwest Utah. 41 Chevy. A lot of the engines are gone in these vehicles here. 54 Dodge. '56 Ford. Yeah, it seems to be slim pickings on these vehicles here for the most part. Those of you who are looking for parts. I can't see it through the window because of the dew, but the base of the dashboard is gone, but the internal elements have been taken out of that one. We do have some of the engine left on this one here. '47 to '53 GMC. '49 Pontiac. This is a 1971 Ambassador. '56 Ford station wagon. '60 Olds. I'm just going by what's written on the cars here. So if any of these are wrong, I'm not the guy to know the difference. Just a cab is left on this thing. And someone wrote on the top here, no parts. That is very old lettering. You can tell by the patina. Half the engine is gone. And I don't know if you can see it in the video, but there's a water sitting in the pistons there. (1951) Plymouth. Let's see, this is a Plymouth. Before I go around to the other side of the row, there's several rows here. Let's check out these pickup trucks. These are not vintage, but they are still older vehicles. And I know some of you guys like the 60s and 70s era vehicles. Some of these, this is, if the lettering is correct, this is a 76 International. And here we just have a pile of parts. Here's an International. A lot of the engine is left on this one. Whether you can get it working or not, that's beyond my skill level. This is a Scout. Another Scout. I don't see anything to indicate the year. Well, this is kind of interesting. I don't know if this is original or not, but the back of the cab is made of wood here. So I don't know if that was some kind of repair or if that's how they manufactured them that way. Of all the vehicles I've seen so far, just not a whole lot left to them. You know, like this, depending on what kind of parts you need. You know, here's a door, it's got the glass. I know just finding glass, original glass, can be a very difficult thing to do. Here's an International. Look at this. This thing is huge. Probably got 9 miles to a gallon. Now we have some more contemporary cars in here. Here's an older truck. That could be 1980s. This one is a little bit older. That could be 1980s, 1990s. As I'm walking here, I can see off to the side, looks like there's a number of trucks that are maybe 80s and 90s. I might try to go over there. There's a lot of, this is ranch country, so there are a lot of these bigger trucks around here. I hope we can see these. It's early in the morning, and now I'm facing east towards the sun, and that can always be an issue for being able to get good photography or even good video. but I'm finding these vehicles do not have any indication as to what they are, what year they are. But I would love to see some of these back on the road again. So if any of you guys are looking for a project, this is the place for it. Now there's some new old vehicles. A couple of them over here on the other side of the row. Written on the window is a good 305 engine. Engine is... I don't know what their abbreviation means. Doesn't matter. There's no engine. I guess someone saw that and scooped it. So the engine is hopefully back on the road somewhere, giving life to another vehicle. I'm not sure what the year is on this one. I would venture maybe 1980s, 1990s. Well, I'm looking right into the sun here. I don't know how this is going to turn out. This is a 52 Chevy. So if I can get down behind the sun here and give you guys a glance at this thing. Now the Dodge over there, we had saw the front of the Dodge. The Dodge, that one's missing its taillights, which is an indication that it's important for people to get those original parts. '47 to '50 Chevy. On the other side here is some more of the new old cars. I had comments from people saying that they wanted to see more 70s and 80 cars. I like photographing the really old ones. But since I'm here, I can try to accommodate what you guys would like to see. A 52 Chevy. Let's move around. Get a little bit out of the sun here. This is a 39 to 40 Chevy. Seats are gone. Steering wheel is gone. Dashboard is cracked. I suppose you could, if someone needed a dashboard, they could take the dashboard and then probably need to get a reproduction faceplate. The engine is still here. How good it is, of course, remains to be seen. Nothing left of this one. see if we can get a shot of the dashboard there. Here's a Cadillac. Trying to block the sun with my hand here. If I move to the side, you'll get not too much sun shining into the video here. An old dump truck. Here's an old truck. It's a pretty big truck, but then you come look at the engine. The engine doesn't seem to be that big, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cylinder. Just a cab is left on this one. The innards of the dashboard's gone. Boy, even one of the floor plates is gone. 1950 Chevy Deluxe. So that was the main section of their older cars, but they do have, as the guy told me at the front desk, they do have a mishmash of older vehicles here and there. And I see a couple of more vintage cars up this way. Well, I wouldn't call them vintage, but you 70s and 80s guys. There's a note on this one that says it runs good, and I would imagine so because someone scooped out this engine. Fly by these are more contemporary. Bad engine, it smokes. I don't think this is that old, but it has an older look to it. Here's let's go over this way so my shadow doesn't cover it, but looks like a very, very sad Volkswagen. I'm looking at this a little hard because I'm wondering if I misspoke, if it's a Volkswagen or not. It's pretty well picked over to where it's hard for me to recognize. I know there are other smaller cars that could be, but the doors in the front fender there look like a Volkswagen to me. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn off the video and do some photography. And after I photograph the vehicles I want to do, I'll wander around some more and see if I can find some more of the types of cars you guys like to look at. Okay, as I wander around the junkyard here, this place is huge. There's a gazillion cars here, but I did find a section with some of the older, newer cars that some of you guys like to look at. So I'll go through these and let you get a look at what's here right now. Now I know I'm not the only guy who's been out here doing a YouTube like this, but I hope I'm being a little more methodical, stopping to let you guys look at these cars. These look to be a little bit too new to mess with. But I hope, but even though this has been done before, as the video ages and becomes several years old, then it becomes no longer relevant. So I think it's helpful to let you guys see what's here at a certain point in time. Here's some older pickup trucks. At least not 50s, 60s, but these look to be maybe 90s. I know some of you car guys out there, you got the old International. It may not be that old, but it's old enough to where it's difficult to get parts. And the ones back here we go. A lot of the vehicles here, they're missing their engines. This one I think is it's just scrap. Doing the body work on this is going to be virtually impossible. There's no engine. Okay, I'm going to shut off the video, wander around some more, see if there's anything more I can find for you guys to look at. Here's one for you guys. How about a Volkswagen Golf? Any of you guys into these older little cars like this? Virtually nothing left of this Volkswagen here. Just the body, no engine. Everything's gone in the interior. If you even look inside here, they even took the covers off the doors. Dashboard is still there, but the radio is gone. Well, I found a couple of muscle cars for you muscle car guys. Here's a gold Duster. And this one, I'm afraid, I only know it's a gold Duster because it says so on the side. And this one, I'm afraid, I'm not the expert car guy to know what this was. It's been pretty well stripped clean. Though I see The engine is still here. Looks like most of the parts are there. But the rear bumper is gone. It looks like what do you guys call the interior cloth stuff? Looks like someone took that out. Dashboard is gone, seats are gone. So, pardon my ignorance for not knowing what this car is. Oh, here we go. It's a Charger. This is a Charger. And, thanks to this car, there's another one out there that is on the road and hopefully having a whole lot of fun. Here's an older Dodge pickup. I don't know if this is of interest to you guys. It is helpful when you leave comments telling me, more of this, less of that. And I hope you're doing okay with this video. As you can see, there's a lot of more contemporary cars. I've been shutting the video on and off because I don't think you want to waste time looking at this kind of stuff. But here's a classic. Classic in the sense that it's more iconic. The camper type van. I know some of you out there probably had a bed in the back, and you can use your imagination with that comment. Here's another older pickup truck. It says on the windshield, it says a 86, so I'm going to assume this is a 1986. I know there's guys out there who are into that kind of stuff. But again, yeah, it helps me to have comments in the knowing more about what you like and what you don't like. I mean, if there's people who just want to look at every single car, I think that would be crazy. I'd be here all day. And I don't think no one cares about contemporary cars like this. Here's kind of a sporty muscle car. I can't quite tell what this is. There's writing on here that says 2474, but it seems to be too new to be a 1974. Ford Mustang. Kind of looks like someone just... That's the thing about... You guys know this. There's people out there, they get themselves a hot car and they abuse it. They don't comprehend physics and the speed they're going at. Here, let's look at this thing. I've never seen anything quite like this. It almost looks like it's been modified somehow. Some kind of custom-made thing. The way it's attached here like that. If I can peek into the window here, it looks like I see a stove. That's either a refrigerator. Yeah, that's going to be a refrigerator. I don't think you guys can see that. So this was used for living in. Little camper van. But I don't recall ever seeing anything quite like this. And with the paint job, I guess we were trying to get that hippie vibe feeling. Who wants to drive a pink Barbie car? And if you got a girlfriend, it's a convertible too. Get this thing fixed up, give it to your girlfriend, and she'll love you to death for that. I see parts on the inside here. What's going on? Oh, that's looks like a bumper. Yeah, we lost our rear bumper here. Even though this is a newer car, it's kind of interesting to look at. But yeah, a lot of these newer cars, you can see, got side swiped on the front, lost its rear bumper. You know, a lot of times with cars these days, it doesn't take much to total it. So here it is. I bet you it runs good. Just too much body damage.